Deadpool.
Hey you guys, question.
Deadpool likes us.
I've heard that from a lot of my creative writing classes in college that you are never your best critiquer. In other words, you should probably hand it off to someone else before you submit it for your reviews or whatever. How do you guys go about that? Do you consult anybody about whether this is funny? Should I take this out? Is it too long?
That's a really good question.
There have been a couple of instances where I thought this is going to be the video that ruins me. My God, this isn't funny. Why do you people think the sci-fi review is funny? Yeah, there's actually been a lot of reviews I've done with like, oh God, I really wish I could do better. And then people are like, oh, this is so funny, this is hilarious, I love this joke. Like, okay. But sometimes I will consult some other people, usually Spoonie actually. I love talking with him on Skype and just asking him, is this funny? Or I'll ask for a joke. For example, actually one thing that was cut out of the Batman Fortunate Son review, there was another minute-long rant at the very end, right after a pause bit, where I was just like, trying to go more into like the true spirit of rock and roll, and it sucked. It was dumb, it was preachy. I was just basically doing the same thing the comic was doing. So on the recommendation of Bennett, Spoonie, and someone else, I can't remember who, they all said, no, cut. It really is too much at the end. So I cut that out, and I think the review's stronger for it.
Yeah, I always try to show somebody, usually my brother, he's a really good critique, though it is funny because every time, because if there's anyone that knows this more, it's him, because he'll constantly say, you know, and I don't think it's one of the stronger ones, I don't know, be careful with this one. Of course, it'd be a huge hit. And then one that, like, we both really love, like, we think this is one of the best reviews we've ever done, like, people have, like, a bajillion problems with it and stuff. So every time I show it to him, he'll come up and he'll just be like, well, I think it's okay, so of course everybody will love it. And then after that, like, if he sees one that's great, like, I think it's one of our best ones. It's gonna bomb. You know, so, but it's still good to show people, and I think it's good to show, like, a variety of people, just to get different takes on it. But something that's very important, don't be ruled by them either. It's good to take critique, and it's good to listen, but don't let it determine everything, because you cannot please everybody. Especially, you'll find that if your audience does get wider and wider, the views just get wider and wider, and more harsh and more, this was funny, and this is not, then the other team think, oh, this is funny, and this is not. I like more serious, I like more comedy, you just can't please everybody. So probably the number one rule in all of this, really, if you're going to do online reviewing, is that you have to love it. I mean, you have to just, because there's a very big probability you won't make it, because, I think we can both say a lot of it's luck. There is a lot of luck, you know, put in there. It's talent, but it's also luck. And if it turns out you don't make it, you have to at least say, you know what, I love to do it anyway, and I'm proud of it anyway. So I think that's definitely very important. So I think, in a lot of ways, it's good to show it around because you can be your own worst critic, but also, if you're not loving it, a lot of other people are going to see that too. So it's very, very important for you to always enjoy it.
One last thing, actually, I do premiere my videos with my parents every week first, and it is always a mixed bag because they're not really nerds. And they would never go to an anime convention or any kind of convention like this. And they have hated a few of my episodes. They honestly said the Amazon Attack prologue video, this is going to be terrible. This is going to be the one. My dad did say once that this is going to be the video that ruins you.
Well, here you are now.
They say these things because they love me, because they want to be helpful, but they're not always right. Sometimes there'll be a joke that people that they think this will be the joke that people latch onto, and they're right. Other times they will say, this is going to be something terrible, and it's going to be a thing, and sometimes they're right. Sometimes. But, yeah.